Okay, for the review activity today, you're going to need a couple different things. So you're going to be in your packet on page 41 and 42, and it's a bunch of blank boxes with no problems on it because you're going to go to Google Classroom, and on step 3, it says complete the Unit 10 digital scavenger hunt with this link. So you'll go ahead and click that link, and it will pop open like such right here. You can leave it on this mode. You don't need to have it on present mode. It's actually probably going to be easier if you leave it on the view mode here. So I'll go over a couple directions and then I'll give you some examples to get you started here because this is an activity that we haven't done like this before digitally, although we have done ones where we walk around the room and look for the correct answers. So it says you can start at any slide. You're going to record your work on your paper, which is page 41 to 42 of your packet. And then each slide is going to look like this. There's going to be a white part of the slide on the left-hand side, and it says this slide has an answer to a problem from a different slide. And then on the right-hand side in the yellow, it says this side has a question that you need to solve. So you're going to go ahead and pick any one that you want to get started, and you're going to start with a letter. So I'm going to start you off with an example. Let's say I'm going to pick L. Okay, now if I'm starting on slide L, you're going to kind of ignore this answer on the left because that's an answer to a different problem, not to this problem. So I'm going to look at L. Okay, it says simplify. Here's the problem, x to the fourth, y to the sixth divided by x to the second, y to the third. So I'm going to go to my packet. Before I start recording the example on the paper, I just want to make sure I mention, do not write these examples down. I'm purposely going to give you the wrong answers, so you're going to want to make sure that you just watch, don't write anything on your paper until it's your turn to work. And where I have spot L, I'm going to start writing down the problem. X to the fourth, y to the sixth, divided by x to the second, y to the third. Now, do not write this down. This is an example, and I'm going to give you the wrong answer. So you're going to go ahead and simplify this, and then let's say you come up with an answer like 1 over a to the sixth. Clearly, that's the wrong answer. There are no a's even in this expression up here. So let's hypothetically say, though, this is what we got for our answer. What you're going to do now is you're going to go back to the slideshow, and you're going to look for, on the left-hand side, what you got for the answer, 1 over a to the sixth. So you just kind of scroll here, and when you find it, you go to that slide. So I see the answer that I supposedly got, 1 over a to the sixth. What that brought me to was problem S. So now I see on S, it says rewrite in scientific notation, 6,120,000. So I'm going to go back to my paper. In box S, I'm going to record the problem that was on the slide. So it said I needed to write 6,120,000 in scientific notation. So I write the number down, and then I'm going to put it in scientific notation, and right now I'm going to give you the wrong answer here. Don't write this down. So let's say it equaled 5.6 times 10 to the ninth. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the slide, and I'm going to look for 5.6 times 10 to the ninth. Okay, so I could scroll here, and until I found it, it's right here. And so I see that's on slide W. So now I go to W, box W on my paper, and rewrite this number, 6,120, in scientific notation. So I would go to W, 6,120, and you'll keep going. Eventually you will get back to where you started at, which is how you know that you have successfully answered all the questions. If you end up back where you started before you answer all the questions, you did something wrong. In that case, you're going to need to go back and work through and see if you can find your mistake and ask for help if you're not quite sure. So do a problem, look for the answer. Remember that you are always looking for the answers on the left-hand side of each slide, the white part of each slide. So once you find the answer, you'll do the next problem on that same slide.